sometimes people think that especially in social care, it's easy to just say to someone, oh, come and I'll employ you. But do they care? And I think with care, this is one, unlike a brain surgeon and most fields, in care, you have to be born to care. Because you might have all those qualifications, but if you don't care about other people, it's not going to work. And why I know it's been working for me is because CQC come, they tell us we're doing a good job. Families come, they tell us we're doing a good job. The people we're supporting, they come and tell us we're doing a good job. So that's why we know we're doing a good job. So once I set up Holywell Home, I put a manager in place, I've got the full staff in place, I then move on to the next project. So I then again went back to the bank. I was able to show them 3 years trading figures to show that, you know, look, we've been working, we've done this, we've done that. So they were able to support our application for the next project. So I got the second place at, which was Holywell Domiciliary, where we're providing care in the community. So again, set up that place, but in the Morecambe area, it was very challenging, because I think for the area, there was probably more providers for the amount of people that needed the support. So as a provider, you're trying to find your patch, you're trying to expand your business, but it's just not happening because, number one, you are not known. So a social worker or a commissioner is going to go to providers that they already know. Even though we were on the preferred provider, the challenges were huge because the business wasn't coming in. So I've got everything set up. I've got me, the registered manager there, and I've got a staff team, but the work is not coming in. So I could have easily given up. A lot of people were saying to me, when I say a lot of people, I'm talking when I go to the preferred provider meetings and I'm speaking to other people, and it all seems doom and gloom. People are telling you all the negative, so you come out of there feeling, oh dear. But you've got to pick yourself up, because if this is what you want to do, you've got to believe in yourself, and you've got to say to yourself, this is what I want to do. I'm not going to give up. So I was lying in bed and I thought, right, so now I've got these two locations. Holywell Home, fine, it's just there, it's got its 6 clients, it's not going anywhere. So if you are earning £500 a week, that's what you're going to earn. It's not going to change because you just got those few clients. You can't extend it. So you have to, I felt I had to move. I had to do something. So I was lying in bed and I thought, I'm going to try and work in Preston. But how was I going to do it? I live in Lancaster. Preston is 30 minutes down the road. But then I just thought it was a risk worth taking. My license with CQC allowed me to have a second location in a different town without having to reapply. But I had to change my statement of purpose. I had to mention in my statement of purpose that I was now working in a different area. Once I did that, I had leaflets. I was sending out leaflets. And then the other thing to also note was that within my license, I didn't have to open an office in Preston. So with that, so my overheads are low. So I've started trading in Preston, but my office is in Morecambe, and that's okay. Your license allows you to do that. As long as when your clients need you, how do you respond to that? How do you deal with that? So what I started doing is I got my first client. I was the carer, so I used to leave home early in the morning, drive down to Preston just for 30 minutes. And then I drive back to Lancaster because I've got other clients to deal with there. And my husband was saying to me, but you're wasting money if you think of it, all the fuel and all the time to earn, for 30 minutes, I think we were earning £7 something. But I said, no, you've got to look at the bigger picture. It will work out. In my calculations, in my head, I thought if one client can say, Holywell is doing a good job, they're not going to say Sabi is doing a good job. They're going to say Holywell is doing a good job. So I was attending meetings. I was attending to clients. I was doing it all on my own. And the way in which I did it was, in my car I had a suit. So when I'm going to the meetings, I wear my suit. I just jump in the back of the car, I wear my suit, and I'm off to the meeting. And then when I'm a carer, I'm back in the back of the car, I wear my care uniform, my badge on, and I go and I do the care work. So I was doing it on my own. And then the first client, social workers visit the client, and the client says, Holywell, fantastic. They're on time, they do as we want, we're very happy with them. The next thing, you get another client. So I started recruiting people, and one thing I found was that I found a niche market. We were sending white carers, any other nationality, into these Asian homes to care for people, and there was no communication there. The carer didn't understand what the client wanted, and the client didn't understand what the carer was saying. So I thought, right, let's employ Asian people. So I went door to door, employing people. I was interviewing in their houses. I was explaining what care work is about. And as the people were agreeing to come and work for us, we then were training them, putting on specific training so that they can understand it. I spoke to CQC to say, you know, sometimes we can employ people, the training is all in English, but the client has never spoken English before. So how do we manage that? But we managed it. I took a risk, but it did work out, because in the end, the client was happy. That was the outcome that everybody is looking for. Are we meeting that individual person's needs? And the answer was yes. Have we complied on the other side in terms of the legislation, what CQC says we need? Yes, we did, because we had the DBS, we had, which is the police check for each worker, we had the 2 references. Then we had staff that couldn't speak English, but they understood what the client needed. So to me, that was a good starting point. But also what I did more with these workers was I encouraged them to go and learn English. So even though they're speaking Gujarati, they're speaking Urdu, whatever language, to their clients, so I'm meeting their needs. So when the regulators go out to the client and say, how is Holywell doing? Fantastic. Why? They understand my mother eats chapati at lunchtime, and she can provide someone who does that. Yeah? So I've met that client's needs.